that, okay, all these big companies are doing, that is fine. But do you think even startups can do this? Or is it like something which is only big companies can do? And that is a legitimate question to ask, because startups traditionally have not done it. Okay. And basically also startups are very focused on a domestic market. So, initial years, they are trying to operate only domestically. They did not even think of, going outside the country. So they may not have, mostly startups did not have an international income. It is very rare that a startup has international income. And all these tax haven business really can kick in when you have international income. When all your income is limited to one country, it probably does not make too much sense to do this. It is possible. There are creative ways in which you can take some money out of the country. It is possible. Like Google does it for matter. Apple does it for that matter. So I'll give you an example what Google does. So Google has created in Ireland, it has created a corporate headquarter, and they have, like, Google's intellectual property patents, all the intellectual property portfolio is owned by this Irish company, Irish company, which is obviously Google's only, but this company owns all these intellectual property. So the money that is made in America, in USA by Google, that money, from that money, Google pays huge amounts of money, and from global business also, all other global businesses, they are making this payment in Ireland, which is a a payment for, what do you call, it's a royalty payment for the patents, because intellectual property is owned by this Irish company. Google is from everywhere in the world is paying royalty to this company, and all of its corporate profits are being basically concentrated in this Irish headquarter, and in that country where income tax is much lower, it's around 10%. And by collecting money there, they are basically saving on income tax in a big way. Google, right? And anybody can do this. Even you can do it. Of course, you will have to see double taxation treaties between India and Ireland, but it is actually a lot of times a viable thing that you move some of your income through royalty payments. Although there are a lot of laws, you have to see what are the laws. RBI has a lot of laws, for example, regarding this. Sorry. So you have to do it. You cannot break the laws, because governments are also becoming smarter and they're changing the laws all the time. And now, so generally startups did not do this, because if they do not have international income, if they don't have international presence, what is the point in doing all this? But now that is changing a lot. Why is it changing? Because a lot of work is being done remotely, which means many of your people may be working internationally. Also, companies are becoming increasingly international in nature, because why not? It doesn't make any sense, right? You have an international market, and businesses are digital in nature. So imagine you have a factory. You cannot take the factory and go to another country, right? But if you are selling software, your software can be located, you can sell it from anywhere, right? You don't have to sell it from India. It's not necessity. You can sell it from Dubai. You can sell it from Singapore. You can sell it from anywhere in the world. You may need to have some stuff in a certain country for sales, for marketing, but even that is not necessary, because your digital market, you might be able to sell digitally to Indians from a different country, right? Probably you will want some presence even here in India. If you have a lot of business in India, you might want to have an office here, but you don't have to. All the income may not be here, and not all the operations may be here. So you might be able to, be in a lower tax jurisdiction where the income tax may be zero, where consumption tax may be zero or very low. Okay. Where there may not be any capital gains tax, and there are so many other things I'll explain shortly, right? So this kind of huge advantage can be created, and this is happening primarily because businesses are now digital, and you can do so much digitally, and your people can be based remote, right? They can be working from anywhere. You can hire people. You don't have to even employ people. You can hire agencies. You can hire vendors who will do it for you, right? Around the world. So it basically changes